forgot to start the video. Here is, let me go back. Here is the first. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, here. Here, I can do it. I'm going to go back. No, I can't. Alright, I'll have to just fill her in on that.
Or you can do it during the period.
Yeah, I can. Alright, so if we go over here to Desmos, and we type in that equation that we just made, y equals 12,000 times 1 plus 0.08 divided by 4, all raised to the 4x, okay? I can't see it right now, but it's $12,000, right? So I need to go over here to my y, make it at least $12,000. That'll probably at least get me to where I can zoom out and it'll make sense, right? And so I want to know how much money she's going to have in 5 years. So I've got two options for how to do this. It's not going to be y, because years is my time. So I could do x equals 5 right here. It'll just put me a line. I will get 17,831.369. Or, if you would rather, you can just change your x right here to a 5, like that. And it will give you 17,831.37. 17,831.37. 17,831.37. So that's a very good interest rate. So in 5 years, you've made almost $6,000 without doing anything, right? With just letting your money sit there. So you won't get that in like just a regular savings account, but you could get it in like maybe a mutual fund or something like that. I don't like example 2 mostly because I don't think that's really how it works. I think it's a little more complicated than that, so we're not going to do it. Let's switch over to example 4. Okay? Example 4. You invest $750 into an account that pays 3% interest compounded weekly. If I forget to put it, that is an annual percentage rate right there, and is what you're going to use as your R. So if I write this equation, I'm gonna use a y because Desmos likes y's better. Y equals, Caitlin, what is the starting amount for this problem? 750. Okay, and then I've got 1 plus, I need R over N. So Lucas, what's the rate for this problem? What would be our interest rate for example 4 here? Okay, it's 3%. We got to change it to a decimal, so we got to take that, move it 2 places. What will we get for that decimal, Lucas? If we got 3, and we move that 2 decimal places. Yep, we'll get 0.03 right there. Luis, compounded weekly, what's the N value going to be? How many weeks in a year? 52. Goes right here. And then the N also goes right here. And instead of a T, I'm going to use an X because Desmos likes X's better. Okay, so that is our equation. We are just going to plug that into Desmos. So Y equals, this will be 750. We got 0.03 divided by 52. This is going to be 52. And we need an X right here. Okay? That gives us our graph. I'm going to go over here and make this lower because we don't need to go all the way 30,000. Let's do like 1,000 right there. And we'll make this 0. There we go. All right. What's the question asking us, Luis? All right, so what is going to equal 1,000? My X or my Y? Okay, X always stands for some sort of time, in this case in years. Is 1,000 years what we're looking for? No, it is not. So X is time, right? Y is our amount. It's our Y that we want to equal 1,000 this time. And if we graph it, we can see right here where we cross, we got 9.592 years. So 9.592 years. If it were Delta Math, they'd probably ask you to round it. On the quiz, on the test tomorrow, it's going to be 3 decimal places for pretty much everything. You just leave it like that, yeah. No, we're not going to do 3 just because we don't have a lot of time. Okay, so we're going to do one more equation, and this one you want to add to your note card as well. Okay. This is your formula for something that is compounded continuously, right? So I said the more often that your interest is compounded, the better it is for you, the more money you will make. So if you have compounded quarterly, that's not bad, but if it's compounded monthly, that would be better, right? And then weekly would be even better. And then daily would be even better. What would be even better than daily? Hourly would be, what would be better than hourly? Every second, right? Or minutely or secondly, right? And what are we getting closer and closer and closer to? Like continuously, all the time. Every fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a second, right? So I do not have time to explain entirely where this formula comes from, but some very
Explain.
I'm not going to because we have a test, okay? So, well, tomorrow. So I'm not going to spend the time explaining where this comes from. But some very, very smart mathematicians long ago figured out that if you compounded continuously, you approach this value of E, which is 2.71828, and it keeps on going. It's a lot like pi, right? We've been using E because it's used in natural logs and stuff like that. So this is an example where you'll see compounded continuously. So if you see the phrase compounded continuously, you do not want to use that formula. You want to use this formula. I call it the PERT formula. I don't know if they even make it anymore, but they used to make PERT shampoo and conditioner in one. This was an innovative technology whenever I was a kid, and there are all kinds of commercials on TV, like because we had to watch commercials and it was on like real TV because we didn't have Netflix. Yeah, unless you buy the expensive kind. Oh, it looks like you can still buy PERT shampoo and conditioner in one. So it was a new thing. It was a big thing. Everybody tried it out. Turns out, depending on who you ask, it doesn't work all that well, in my opinion. It's a bad idea. But I always say that it's kind of interesting if you have ever noticed this about like how companies market things. Because while I don't think PERT is a very popular brand anymore, but it does sound like you can still buy it. If you go to the men's section, yeah, like everything that is for sale in the men's section is like shampoo, conditioner, body wash, face wash, toothpaste, all in one. Like you can just clean. You can clean every part of your body with this one substance right here. And so like that they market that to men, and men are like, yes, this is a great idea. One bottle for all of my needs. And then women, if you go to the women's section, it's the exact opposite. There's shampoo, there's conditioner, there's this leave-in spray you must have. You have to have a hair mask to use every once in a while. You got this and that. Makeup's even worse. There's like 25 different types of steps of makeup that they want you to use. You can't just use foundation. You gotta have primer. You gotta have finishing spray. You gotta have, like they try to get us to buy 27 things to do one thing, and then they, for men, it's like this is all you need right here. They are. We're making a lot of generalizations here, but probably somewhere in between would be better for everybody. But sometimes, yeah. Even though boys are a little harder to keep alive than girls. Yeah. Yeah.
He has bruises all over his legs, and I was like, people are gonna think that I'm beating you.
Yeah. Girls, not every girl, certainly, but making some generalizations. Girls have a lot more drama going on and don't get over things like that as much. Boys have much less drama, but also might, you have to, like, they're harder to keep alive. They do risky things a lot. Not all boys, certainly. My boys, though. I said when they were little, you could put them in a room with every toy they had ever wanted. And you could put a knife on top of a bookshelf in the corner where they can't see it.
Oh, and they'll still find it.
And they're climbing that bookshelf to get the knife.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I used to be a bad kid.
Were you hard to keep alive as well? Yeah.
Oh,
I can see that. You're energetic.
I'm
Yeah.
so hard to keep alive.
Yeah.
It's called natural selection.
Well,
It's called.
yeah, but you don't want your own children naturally selected for their dumb decisions. It's your job to try to keep them alive.
I'm still hard to keep alive. And
Yeah.
give me access
Y'all
to-
make,
And they give me access to the car. So.
yeah, you make good decisions. We are,
Yeah.
you know, there. So, all right, let's look at how to do this problem. In this equation, P is your principal or your initial amount. E is a number. You're just typing in E for that. You don't replace it with anything. It's not a variable. R is your rate as a decimal, and T is time in years. Okay? I think these are the easiest ones to do because the formula is really simple to use. So, in this case, Adam invests $1,051 in a savings account with a fixed annual interest rate of 6%. That is compounded continuously. After 8 years, what will the balance be? So if it's compounded continuously, when you see that word continuously, that tells you you're using A equals PE to the RT. Okay, PERT formula. All right, so we got 1051. E is a number, so we leave it there. R is your rate as a decimal. What's 6% as a decimal? 0.06 or just 0.06, either one. And then you'll have your T right here, or if we want to use an X so we can type it into Desmos, we can. And then 8 years, where's that get plugged in at? That's X. So X is going to equal 8. So you got options when you go to Desmos to do this. If I was making you solve by hand, yes it would, but I'm not going to do that to you. If you were in the honors class over there, Miss Martin would make you do this by hand, but I'll take whatever I can get. If we can get the right answer, I don't care which way we got it. So I would need to type in X equals 8. Let me zoom out a little bit here. It crosses right here, $1,698.49. So what was that? 1698.49. They're probably gonna want 2 decimal places on a money problem, so I'd keep 2 on that. I think all the money problems I asked for the nearest cent, so 2 decimal places there. Okay. I could do more of these, but you guys have a test review and you need some time to work on that. Honestly, just make sure you use this formula. I think these are the easiest ones to do. I will tell you this stuff that we just went over, it is going to be on the test, but there's not going to be much on the test. I think you will probably have 2 problems at the end of the test. You will have one problem where you've got to use that formula. You'll have one problem where you've got to use the PERT formula. So out of the 28, there's only 2 of them that come from this new stuff. Right, so, all right, so we are just going to spend the rest of the class period working on the test reviews, okay? It's just like we did last time with the test reviews. There are going to be 2 sections. There's a part A and a part B. I just split it up because I like for you to get like part of it done, submit it, see what you missed, and then go to the next part instead of having to do like a bunch of questions and not know if you're doing it right till the end. Huh? No, Canvas. I may have said Delta Math, but that was wrong. It's on Canvas. Just like we did last time, it is going to give you the grade that you earned. So if it's worth 4 points and you only get 3 of them, that's what's going to go into the grade book. But if you will, on a piece of paper, write Unit 2 test review and correct the problems that you miss and bring it to me tomorrow, I will change your grade to a perfect score. Okay? So if you correct the ones that you miss after you've submitted it and write that down, I will change your grade to a perfect score tomorrow. Okay? It is homework if you don't get done, both sections. I have Smart Breakfast in the morning, so please come by. If you have questions or if you don't have time to get it done tonight, come by in the morning for Smart Breakfast and work on it then, okay? Although you're not going to have time to get every bit of it done. It's only 30 minutes, yeah. There's not extra credit on this, but it is a homework grade, so you want to get it done. I gave you guys the bathroom pass yesterday for being nice to Miss Hooper. Did you get your makeup work done? Yeah, you can do that if you want. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and get to work. You may work with whoever you would like as long as you and that person are working. Okay? Don't make me split you up and send you to the corner. Okay? I will be around to help.